Hello students, welcome back to class with me, Mr. Math, your friendly online YouTube math instructor. And today's lesson is a continuation of lesson 3, subtracting fractions. Today's lesson is going to be about how to subtract fractions with unlike denominators, or fractions that have numbers on the bottom that are not the same. Hi students, today's lesson requires 6 simple steps to complete. Here they are. 1. You have to find the least common multiple of your two denominators, or the LCM. And if you have not watched our adding fractions with unlike denominators video, you might be wondering, Mr. Math, what is a least common multiple? Well, if you go by Wikipedia, it is the smallest possible integer that is divisible by both of the numbers that you're working with. Or you have more than 2, it is the smallest positive integer that is divisible by all the numbers that you're working with. So let's say we have 4 and 8. So multiplying these two will get you to 32. But that's not the smallest integer that is divisible by both 4 and 8. It's actually 16, because 16 divided by 4 is equal to 4, and 16 divided by 8 is 2. So that is what an LCM is, and that is very important to understand if you want to understand how to subtract fractions with unlike denominators. Step 2 of subtracting fractions with unlike denominators is once your least common multiple is found, you have to change both of your denominators to that number, because otherwise the subtraction problem will not work. Step 3. For both fractions, each denominator will have a different multiplier that will get them to the least common multiple, which is the product. And a multiplier is the second number in a multiplication problem that you multiply the first number, which is called the multiplicand, to get to the product, which is basically your answer. So you have your first number, the multiplicand, the second number, the multiplier, and the third number is the product. And so your denominator is the multiplicand, and the multiplier is that number in between the denominator and the least common multiple that you have to find. Step 4 is an extremely important step. So for each of your fractions, you will have a unique multiplier that gets both fractions to the least common multiple that is now in both of your denominators. And you have to use those corresponding multipliers on the corresponding numerator of that fraction, which is the top number, to multiply that numerator by the multiplier. The goal is to make them easier to subtract, so when you're done converting the fraction, it looks like you're subtracting fractions with like denominators, which is what these 4 steps at the beginning is the goal. Step 5 is a very simple step. You just have to keep the denominator the same in your answer. And step 6 is also a very simple step. All you have to do is subtract the numerators. Here is today's example. Today we have 7 over 8 minus 3 over 4. And we're going to be following all 6 of the steps that I showed you guys in the last part. So, let's begin. If I can raise to 7. Thank you. So, step 1, it disappeared, is we have to find the least common multiple of the numbers 8 and 4. And since I already showed you guys what that number was in step 1 of the tutorial, which was the number 16, that is the number that we're going to be using as our least common multiple. Step 2 of our example is going to be that we've changed both denominators of our fractions into our least common multiple. So we're going to keep the top numbers the same for now and change both denominators to 16. Step 3 of our example is finding that unique multiplier for each fraction that we have to multiply our numerator by. So, for 7 over 8, we have to multiply by 2 to get to 16. So that means, in order to make sure that we can subtract with this fraction, we have to multiply the top number, 7, by 2 to get 14, if my equal signs will ever stay there. And we also have a second fraction that we have to convert as well. We have 3 over 4. Now to get 4 to 16, you have to multiply by itself to get to 16. And in order to use this fraction, we have to multiply 3 by 4 as well, which means that we have the fraction 12 over 16, if my bar will stay there. Step 5 is a very easy step. All I have to do is keep our denominator the same in both fractions. So for each one, it is going to be blank over 16 equals blank over 16. Our sixth and final step is to subtract the numerators as if they're regular numbers. So if we had 14 over 16 minus 12 over 16, our final answer will be 2 over 16, which, if we reduce it, will be equal to the fraction 1 over 8. Okay guys, here's your minute to solve it for today. Get ready, get set, go! Okay students, here are your answers. 1 was 6 over 35, 2 was 2 over 3, and 3 was simply 1. And with that students, the lesson is over. I hope you enjoyed today's video and you learned a lot. And if you enjoyed today's content, why not leave a like? It would be very much appreciated. And if you really enjoyed today's content, why not subscribe? You'll get future notifications about all content I do on this channel or on other people's channels. And as always, I'm Mr. Math, signing off until the next lesson. See ya!